Well, this is Baruch Fleischman here. We're back at the Tikkun Elevator Kola with the Zohar for today. This is the Zohar in Parshas Behar, which happens to be my Bar Mitzvah Parsha. This is a split Parsha between Behar and Hukosai, but in the year that I was born, we only did the first part. Let's see where we're at. The Zohar says like this, and as we're reading here, we're going the Matuk Medevash and the Zohar at the same time. It said, "Bafalgul's leil yeisar ruach tzefon b'chatzitz alaylo." Explains at midnight is awakened the northern wind. The north wind starts. Now he says that ruach tzefon. It's the spirit of the north wind. V'hu sod his order b'shel chamesh gevuros de'ima hamis oreres lahamshech lamalchus kedei lahachnia es haklipos. So he says, what does this mean? What does it mean? This north wind? It's the secret of an arousal of the 5 Gevuros that are inside of Ima. Now, Ima has within her, she's the source of Gevura. Gevura is din. The Gevura is punishment. Although Ima is completely and totally free of that. But inside of her, that's where it is aroused. And it's always called his orus of the Gevuros. The Ima. Hamisareres, and then why is her dinim being aroused? The Hamshech LaMalchus, in order to bring strength to Malchus. Now, the pattern that we've talked about many times is that Ima enters into Zeranpin and deposits into the Das of Zeranpin, Chesadim and Gevuros. The Gevuros are for the purpose of building up the female aspect, and that's what they do. So he said, in this order that the Hamshech, the Malchus, Kedei Lahachnia, as a Klipos, in order to be able to humble the Klipos. The Mahahu Mizbeach, the Ton, Nafik, Shalhuva, the Eshu. Vaz Mizechem Mizbeach, Atachton, for this lower Mizbeach, Shuhu So, the Malchus, which is the secret of Malchus. And he means that Malchus is at the bottom. Everything flows into Malchus, and everything attacks Malchus. That's the female idea. The female makes a house. A house is actually a castle. A house is a fort. A house is a place where you can grow, you can learn Torah, you can go to Hashem, you have a good house. So, Yotzas shall heves eish, so a flame of fire, shehi sod chamesh gevur, should be a soda, she'ola besod mayim nokvin. Now we're back, I think we're in Malchus here. Now let's see if I can get this together. Mahachu Mizbeach, so now you're in Malchus. Tatoa Nafik Shalkuva de Esha, for Oz Mizecha Mizbeach Atachtu Shusoda Malchus. Now you're in Malchus. What's the problem in Malchus? Well, the Malchus is just full of problems. Yotzer Shal Heves Eish, so all the problems, the fire, the flames of fire, those things that lick at our lives. Shehi Sod Chamesh Gevuro should be a soda, which is really the secret of the 5 Gevuros which are in her Yesod, Sha'olos Besod Mayim Nukvin, that go up in the secret of returning light, which is called Mayim Nukvin. What's the returning light? Is the plea down below for light. That's the concept of returning light. This is to try to bring the light back down again. So the Zeranpin. So this is going to Zeranpin. V'av Taran is Patach. When that happened, the Shari Heicholos Achim Yoinim, that opens up the gates, the upper gates, Shal Rachamim Niftachim. That of Rachamim, of mercy, are opened up. So what he says is that you have to take the fire of your life. Think of it. I think of Rabbi Nachman. Think of Rabbi Nachman, who is saying this basic idea, that the great Kabbalist has to be able to understand that the problems that he has in life, the problems that are generated by the fact that this is Malchus. There's Kedusha here. And everything is coming from Hashem anyway. But you have to bring it back to Him, because He's the one that's bringing it. V'dinim tatom iskanasha b'nukovayu. Ba'al yedei zeh, the dinim atachtainim, which he means the lower dinim shalachitzainim, which are really constantly plaguing us with false ideas, with false goals, with false behavior. Misasvim b'nikveihem, they gathered together in their holes. Shuhu haneked shalat the home rabbah, which is called the pit. I use the word pit for naked, is the hole of the great depth. In other words, they come from the lowest possible urges of reality, the most instigating fantasies of wrongness. V'haku shal huva ozil v'shanch v'shal cheves hazoha leches v'shal m'shotetes. And now this, he says, this flame, it goes out and it floats through the world. V'hi chamesh gevuras the yesod of Malchus, and these are the 5 gevuras which are planted in the yesod of Malchus. Ha'olah b'sod mayim nukvin, that go up to in the secret of mayim nukvin. But Tyron, the Gan Eden, is Besalchu, and then the gates of heaven, of the Gan Eden, of the Garden of Eden, open up the Sharei Gan Eden Iftachim. This is really important to know, is that this is only shaykh to someone who needs their prayers answered. One has to understand that the whole process is bringing it to Hashem, bringing it back to Hashem, was the origin of the world as it is. And everything that happens in the world, he is inside of all of it. Bring it back to him. In order that beloved one should be able to come into that paradise, and to life in the shamas tzaddikim, with the souls of the pure tzaddikim. Until that flame, Shehi Sod HaChamesh Gevuras the Malchus, which is the concept of the 5 Gevuros inside of Malchus, which she will then turn around and bring them up. That's called Michael Mayim Nukvin, female water. Megaz the Malach of Gavriel, until it reaches the Malach of Gevura, which is the Malach called Gabriel, Hanikra Tarnagol, who is also called by the name of the rooster. This Palag, these gevuros, I think that's what he's talking about. They scatter into, they're divided into many different places, sides of the world. And he means to say like this. So you have to really go over the words a little bit carefully. So now we're talking about this energy, the gevuros, which stimulate the rooster. So he said this is mean like this, that these energies are divided up. They're divided up into the different, sarim means princes, and it means the heads of channels of flow from the Ein Sof Baruch Hu down. Hamamonim ala tarnagolim, which are placed, that is those sarim which rule the panimi to the rooster. The tarnagolim batachtoyin the oirach of son, the crow kedarchim, to crow, rooster crows, right? The crow kedarchim as their way, it's normal. So in other words, he's telling us that there's a pipeline from the Olam Atzilus that has a specific channel, which headed by this prince, which is really the name of the channel, Kedei L'orer V'La'akit as B'nei Adam Mishinasim, in order to arouse, to awaken people from their sleep. Now this could also be analogized to what he's saying like this. There's nothing really nice about roosters. If you know anything about roosters, they could be a little bit dangerous. But what it comes at, not too smart. What they're actually doing is they're representing to us that there is danger in the world. Wake up. Understand that the klipas are out there and there's trouble. For all tachos God for the tarnagola for ka'ari. So then this force of these 5 gevuros, they enter inside the wings of the tarnagol and they start growing for korah. This is Baruch Fleischman. This is the Tikkun Elevator Kolel, and we're learning the Zohar in Parshas Behar.